Hello, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to the world's first survivor-led human trafficking education center's global virtual grand opening event, broadcasting live from Toronto, Ontario. Yes, we're live. It's happening. My name is Rick Campanelli, and I'll be your host for this amazing hour and 20 minutes. Now, when I was first asked to host this show due to my past connection with the founder and CEO of TC Online Institute, Tamia Nagy. To be honest, I just couldn't say no to Tamia, okay? To be part of such an amazing full circle moment in someone else's story is extremely humbling. So I'm extremely excited to be a part of this celebration. Tamia is right over here. You can't see her. You will be seeing her soon, okay? She's right here. We have a fantastic and very energetic lunch hour planned. We have mentioned several times that we have a surprise ending. Oh, well, that's an understatement, okay, people? It will stay with you for days and probably months to come. We hope to inspire and motivate you on this beautiful fall day. So let's dive right in, shall we? Here are the highlights of today's event. Our first live honorary guest, Ms. Tatiana Kotliarenko, will join us representing the world's largest regional security organization. It's called OSCE, the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, followed by short videos will help you learn the history of Tamia's cause and the TC Online Institute. We also have a very special guests from the anti-money laundering community to address the AML viewers and the financial sector. And throughout the event, you'll learn so much more about our survivor educators, their incredible stories, stories of resilience, expertise, and their outstanding contributions to society since they were rescued. We'll have a live conversation here in the studio with the founder and CEO of Tamia's Cause. Of course, she's here. And the founder of the TC Online Institute, Tamia Nagy, who you all know. And we're honored to call her our friend. Last but definitely not least, we have a special ending. Ladies and gentlemen, please do bring your tissue boxes because I can guarantee you will need them. There will be some tears being shed today. And we're going to have a quiz. That's right. I've got the questions. With fingers crossed, hopefully you have the answers. We're going to take it easy on you. And this is how you can enter the quiz. If you go to the website, answer the questions correctly, you could possibly be a winner of a free online course or a signed copy of Tamia's memoir, called Out of the Shadows. Oh my gosh, what a story. I know you've read it, but she'll sign it for you if you answer the questions correctly in the quiz. All right, we are here today to celebrate the opening of the world's first survivor-led human trafficking detection education center. Okay, the fact that we need such an establishment, it breaks my heart. It breaks all of our hearts. After reading Tamia's book, as a father, as a brother, as a husband, and as a concerned citizen, I was so inspired and so motivated to join the fight and do whatever I could within my own power to support this cause, and not only Tamia's fight, but so many other survivor leaders' efforts. I'm absolutely amazed to see the incredible turnout we're having here today. The support you have shown for Tamia and the survivor leaders is amazing, and it just shows that when we all come together, we are going to be able to accomplish that much more, that much faster. So on behalf of Tamia, the entire team of Tamia's Cause, the crew, the sponsors, the survivor leaders, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for being here with us today. Tamia Nagy started educating various sectors 12 years ago on human trafficking, but her vision was always to create a platform for survivor leaders to be able to educate the private and the public sector on a much larger scale. Now, along this journey, she had the chance to meet incredible leaders in the anti-slavery movement who have helped supported and guided her vision along the way. Please take a look at a heartfelt well-wish montage from around the world.
Timea, on behalf of myself and of course Public Inc., I want to wish you a huge congratulations on the launch of the TC Online Institute. You never cease to amaze us in the incredible work that you do, the passion, the perseverance, and the honesty and the integrity that you bring to it. It's amazing. I'm so excited for you and everyone that you're working with. You've done so much for the issue of human sex trafficking, and I know you will be wildly successful with this new online institute. So cheering you on from the sidelines, want to help you and support you however we can, and just want to say congratulations.
Hi, I'm Laurie Scott, MPP for Haliburton Kawartha Lakes Brock. I want to give a huge congratulations to the remarkable Timea Nagy and the grand opening of the TC Online Institute's first survivor-led Human Trafficking Detection Educational Center. Timea and her team are always taking that next step forward in the fight to end human trafficking. Thank you for your work on this incredible project.
Hi, I'm Jeff Kelly, Vice President of Product at OnCourse Learning. I met Timea back several years ago when I was working as a compliance officer for a bank at a local conference. The following years I spent watching Timea and her organization grow in her pursuit of her mission. When I came to OnCourse Learning, I saw an opportunity to bring her message and her mission to our financial services market. Over the last several years, we've engaged with Timea's cause on a number of different initiatives to bring her message to our markets. And we couldn't be more thankful and excited to partner with Timea and Timea's cause. As you go forward, Timea, I know you and your organization will continue to inspire and lead. And we are incredibly thankful to be a part of the mission and for you to take us along for the ride.
Hello, everyone. My name is Faith Seguir, and I'm the Senior Vice President of Sustainable Investing at Mackenzie Investments. Human trafficking is a horrific crime that impacts all ages, genders, and income demographics. And at Mackenzie, we believe it's our responsibility to shed the light on such horrific crimes. We are a sponsor and supporter of Timea's cause and the Online Institute, and we hope to see you engage further on this platform.
I'm James Cockayne. I'm one of the founders of the Liechtenstein Initiative for Finance Against Slavery and Trafficking. I was honored to get to know Timea Nagy when she was part of that initiative's Financial Sector Commission on Modern Slavery and Human Trafficking. Her contribution to that commission was absolutely amazing. She completely transformed the way that the 25 members of that commission understood their task and the key role that survivors could play in educating others about things that they could do to tackle modern slavery and human trafficking. So I'm super excited to see Timea's professionalism, her wisdom, and her expertise brought to this field through the TC Online Institute. I wish you all the very best of luck and can't wait to see the contribution you make to transforming this field in the years ahead. Best wishes.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Fidine Green. I'm a forensic accountant, a fraud investigator, and an anti-money laundering specialist. I believe with all of my heart and energy that awareness is key. Awareness for all of us is key to stopping, ending human trafficking. And the more that we can do to make that happen, all the difference it's going to make. And when you are involved in survivor-led training, that personal connection, what that survivor can do can lead for you, for us, those connections as to how this works, how all of the dots connect, and the money flows, the financial transactions, how the money flows work, what that can do for you as someone who works within a financial institution or whatever role that you have. It helps give you the confidence that your role, the contribution that you can make to ending this. And connecting all of those dots, that's what we need to do as a community to end this, to stop this. We've got to drive awareness. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Matt Richardson, and I'm the Director of Intelligence and Investigations with the Anti-Human Trafficking Intelligence Initiative. When the opportunity came to join the TC Online Institute, I couldn't help but feel tremendously excited, because this is a survivor-led initiative, which is rather unique in of itself, but it is also one full of a cadre or an assortment of experts, all of whom have something to contribute in terms of helping prevent the crime from happening, which is among the most insidious there is, as well as helping victims and survivors on their journey to healing and recovery. I hope that you'll join us on September 23rd at 1200 hours Eastern Standard Time to help us kick off the official launch of the TC Online Institute and learn more about what we can do to help you make your community a safer place.
Hi, my name is Peggy Callahan, and I am the CEO of Voices for Freedom. And I met Tamia when I co-founded Free the Slaves, and she won a Freedom Award. And I was the lucky person who got to go to Canada and meet her and tell her story. And here's what I've known since I met her. I know that the world is a better place because Tamia is here. I know that Tamia makes things better in this world every single day. And when she says she's going to reach 25 million people to educate them about modern day slavery, yeah, that's going to happen. And when she's going to help 25,000 survivors, that's going to happen too. You can bet on it. And I personally am going to be here with her, cheering her on every step of the way.
Hello, my name's Sarah Thornton. I'm the UK Independent Anti-Slavery Commissioner, and I just wanted to send you a message to wish you very, very well as you start at the TC Online Institute. It's really fantastic to hear about a survivor-led organisation that's going to do really excellent training. So just a quick message from me to say good luck, hope it goes well.
Hello, my name's Barry McKillop. I'm the Deputy Director of Intelligence at FinTrack, which is Canada's financial intelligence unit, and I am proud to be able to lend my support today to the official launch of Tamea's Online Institute. The voice of survivors, whether in the detection through our efforts with Project Protect, the prevention or the awareness of human trafficking, is crucial to our concerted global efforts to eradicate this heinous crime. I am confident that Tamea and her online institute, the world's first survivor-led organization, will lead the way for us. Congratulations, Tamea.
Hello, my name is Sylvia Jones, Ontario Solicitor General. I want to congratulate Tamea's cause on accomplishing the remarkable vision of establishing the first survivor-led educational and awareness firm specializing in human trafficking awareness, prevention, and education. Your mission of shaping the future by creating second chances for victims of human trafficking will make such an important difference in so many lives. Today's grand opening is a significant accomplishment, as well as a major milestone in Ontario's ongoing fight to put the end to this heinous crime in our communities. Your ability to take your lived experience as a survivor of human trafficking will bring effective perspectives and new tools to help build defenses in Ontario and beyond. We know that human trafficking has devastating impacts on the lives of victims, families, and communities across Ontario and across the country. And even more shocking, the average age of recruitment is just 13 years old. This is simply unacceptable. Your work to help bring awareness of the threat, tactics, and symptoms of human trafficking will go a long way and help find solutions to fight against this heinous crime. On behalf of Premier Ford and our government, we wish you every success, and we look forward to continuing to work with you.
Okay, wow. The turnout is absolutely incredible. Thank you all for your inspiring comments. I could watch well-wish videos all day long. So uplifting, so beautiful. Thanks again to all of you. And for those of you who are watching us on YouTube, feel free to comment, say hello, let us know where you are. We'd love to hear from you. We also have an incredible team of social media fairies, Janisha and Roxana, and they are on standby answering any questions you may have, okay? So let's keep them busy. Let's keep them busy over this next hour and 20 minutes. And speaking of comments, one of the most popular posts the last few weeks on our social media platforms was the one where we talked about the history of Tamia's cause and the company. So based on the popularity of this content, we have put together a short history video that will walk you through the journey of the world's first survivor-led educational center on human trafficking. Take a look.
In 2009, Tamia Nagy, survivor and activist, founded a non-profit organization called Walk With Me Canada Victim Services, with Canada's first safe house and a mobile crisis victim unit assisting law enforcement and service providers with training, police operations, specialized victim care, and more. Canada's first survivor-led crisis team processed over 4,000 calls, assisted over 500 police investigations, including Canada's largest human trafficking case, and supported directly and indirectly over 400 survivors and their families in the coming years. The organization and Ms. Nagy received several awards and recognition for their outstanding work in the movement, including the Prime Minister's Award, the Attorney General Award, the Meritorious Service Medal, and the Queen Elizabeth Diamond Jubilee Medal. Despite the success of the organization, due to ongoing financial struggles, Walk With Me Canada Victim Services had to close its doors in 2014. Tamia was devastated to leave hundreds of victims and police officers behind with no sustainable solution in place. She was determined to find a way to continue the mission. After months of studying different business models, she founded Tamia's Cause Incorporated Social Enterprise, a for-profit company offering education and support for the public and private sectors. Throughout the years, Ms. Nagy and her story have reached over 1 million people. She has produced and sold over 10,000 copies of Human Trafficking 101 manuals to various sectors. She's assisted local, national, and global governments, delivered over 1,000 trainings to various sectors. The profits today have supported employment of survivors, offered pandemic relief housing, and emergency support to victims and survivors of human trafficking. In 2020, the world's first survivor-led educational center, TC Online Institute, was established. In its short time of existence, the company has trained over 1,000 employees, including police officers, service providers, bankers, regulators, local and global governments, tech companies, and more. TC Online Institute was instrumental in creating a survivor-focused training series in partnership with the Ontario Transportation Ministry and the Women's Trucking Federation of Canada, reaching over 60,000 truck drivers in the coming months. TC Online Institute is the world's first survivor-led human trafficking detection, compliance, and risk assessment center that will aim to offer the best and most effective education to employees of all sectors, while offering second chances for survivors. Proceeds of our revenues will fund sustainable employment, education, and support for survivors of human trafficking. Our goal is to reach over 25 million people and support 25,000 survivors of human trafficking in the next 5 years. On behalf of our founder and the survivor leaders at TC Online Institute, we thank you for your passion and your dedication to help us eradicate this terrible crime.
What an incredible journey. And Tamia's vision is to create a platform where she can bring all the powerful survivor leaders together from around the world and create the most solid educational content for anyone who wishes to learn about human trafficking. Her vision is to reach over 25 million people in the next 6 to 8 years. So she knew she couldn't do it alone. She set out on a quest to find like-minded, professional, motivational, inspirational survivor leaders and invite them all to be a part of this dream. And did she ever find them? Please meet 3 out of the 12 educators in this short conversation and learn firsthand why they decided to join this global educational platform.
I was trafficked starting at the age of 6 years old. I am a victim of familial trafficking, and that led to trafficking on the streets as a teenager, as a young woman. I was trafficked through strip clubs. I was trafficked through streets and through pimp control as well. So my experience lasted about 20 years, but on March 18th, 2004, I finally broke free.
My experiences was when I was teenager. I was runaway teenager, and I came into the organization what trafficked young girls. There was many underage girls, and this is where I was trapped in 3 years. And when I got pregnant, then I ran actually, but I was re-trafficked again later in international organization, and this is how I came to Norway.
So I am a survivor of trafficking in my hometown at the age of 23. I was going through a divorce, and I was coerced by what was considered a Romeo pimp, who had me believe that he was just there to date me. And I went through it for about 3 months, and I was able to escape and survive.
The first time I shared my story publicly, I felt empowered, I felt strong, I felt filled with hope, but I also felt victimized all over again, because the nonprofit that asked me to come onto the stage to share my story didn't just not pay me appropriately, but they charged me to attend their event. I was re-victimized. But that doesn't change the fact that I took back my power when I held that microphone in my hands.
Yes, I was talking publicly first time in 2016. What made me to do this was because all my life after the experience of trafficking, I was always followed by the stigma of this. I was always told that if you don't do as I say, I will tell everyone what you have done in your life, like it was my fault. Through the last 5 years, I have been growing so much, and I'm so thankful that I took the step to start to talk publicly about this.
So the first time I shared my story was actually with a law enforcement officer, and it was when I truly realized the depth of my victimization at that time. And it's what, when I was able to share with him what had happened to me, it opened up a lot of doors to begin a healing journey and get me the help, and the resources that I needed. That's when I knew that I needed to fight to be a survivor and reclaim my life, and that I needed to be a voice for the ones that were still voiceless.
Well, I've written 3 books about my experience. It's a trilogy that tells the story of some of the things that I experienced while I was being trafficked. So those books are making an impact, but I'm also the director of strategic impact with the Liver Fund. I oversee the Thrivers department with our organization, and I do a lot of law enforcement training for service providers and medical professionals and other groups as well.
So today I am a member in ISTAC, which I'm very, very proud of. That's my biggest achievement for the moment. And I have my own organization, the Kelra team, which is concentrating now on writing. So hopefully there will be some books about human trafficking in the future.
So my biggest, most proud accomplishment is being, a full-time mother to both of my daughters, as I, was able to get my children back, and to be able to be there to protect them and help role model that they can overcome anything in this world. But I am also the vice president for the Virginia Coalition Against Human Trafficking, working with legislation to help bring criminal record relief to survivors, and just trying to get involved anywhere I can to help bring education and helping so many parts of our community to be trauma informed.
I'm so encouraged that this audience has decided to listen to survivors. You are going to learn so much listening to survivors, not only from our stories, but from the professional experience that we have today, working in this field to make a difference every day. So I'm so encouraged that you are hearing our voices and that you are seeing that we're more than just our stories.
I would like to also thank you very much that you are interested in hearing us. Please include us in your work, in your decisions, and our future to cooperate.
Yes, so encouraged, like Sandy and Regina, to know that, you know, our voices are being heard, and you're the first step and the next step for us to make a change, and, you know, just to be able to get so many other voices heard that need to be heard out there.
Oh my goodness, Amanda, Regina, Sandy, thank you so much for your powerful messages. The concept of inviting survivors to the table is fairly new in the movement of modern day slavery. Some countries are ahead, some countries are currently learning about it, and some countries have not been able to adopt it yet. The importance of making a global recommendation to include survivor voices was the key focus when OSCE and ODIHR decided to support, fund, and initiate the world's first international Survivor of Trafficking Advisory Council, otherwise known as ESTAC. ODIHR's anti-trafficking portfolio functions as the secretariat of ESTAC, and our first honorary guest, Ms. Tatiana Kotlyrenko, has been responsible for the development and establishment of ESTAC. And she is joining us live today from Germany. Tatiana, first of all, I hope I pronounced your last name correctly. Or is the L silent?
You did, Rick.
Okay.
Many don't, but you did.
And welcome, Tatiana. Listen, thank you so much for being with us on this very special day. Let's get right into it. Can you tell us about the history of ESTAC? Where did the idea come from? How long did it take to get the support you actually needed to make it all happen?
The idea came from learning about anti-trafficking work from survivor leaders such as Timea. I learned my work from them, and not just through their lived experience, but also through their professional expertise. Because what most practitioners or people in the field are not aware is how many different areas of expertise survivor leaders actually cover. They're judges, they're business women and men, they're lawyers, they're doctors, nurses, etc. And they can contribute in a variety of different ways in combination with their lived experience. So this idea, as I said, came from me personally benefiting, and my work personally benefiting hugely from the contributions of survivor leaders, one of whom is actually a member of ESTAC. And I thought that the rest of the globe and the rest of the international community could also benefit tremendously. And it took about a year and a half. And here we are. We launched in January this year.
Amazing. Congratulations. It really does take a village, doesn't it? We hear that line all the time, but it's so, so true. Now, Tatiana, why did you feel that it was time for OSCE and ODIHR to bring the voices of survivors in front of global and international leaders and policymakers?
I think it was past due, actually, in real terms, for survivor leaders' voices to be really included into policies that are made to be impactful. Because this is the thing, you know, the fight against human trafficking is not succeeding. And if you really look at the equation, why is it not succeeding? Because you have people who do not understand every piece of it, every dynamic actually contributing to, one, the fight against trafficking, but also in creation of assistance and services that are truly trauma-informed and tailored to the needs of survivors and victims of trafficking. And this is where it's a proud moment. We have Tamea here, who is also the vice chair of the International Survivors of Trafficking Advisory Council, and her and 20 other colleagues are taking the world by storm, actually, and contributing at the highest level.
No doubt about it. So true, Tatiana, so true. ESTAC was launched officially earlier this year, and I understand that in a short period since its inception, the demand for engaging the council is extremely high from all levels of governments around the world. Can you give us a few examples of any projects, events, or engagements the council was able to participate in, engage in?
Oh, absolutely. So the council inspired a lot of work of the interagency coordination group on trafficking, ICAT, which is all of the UN agencies and international regional bodies. So now this is moving towards a resolution, hopefully at the UN, which will once again really engage and involve survivor leaders. And members of ESTAC have spoken at every fora, from different UN events to G20, and all across and back. So everything that has to do with trafficking now actually engages them. They contribute also to publication and policy advice. And it's just going to grow and grow and grow.
No doubt about that. I totally believe you do. 100%. It's going to grow and grow and grow. The more good people we get on board, oh yeah, there's no stopping. There's no stopping this amazing initiative, this amazing cause. Tatiana, it was an absolute honor to meet you. And on behalf of the survivor leaders and educators at Tamea's Cause, we would like to thank you so much for your passion, your dedication, and the sacrifices you have made to bring their voices to the forefront.
Thank you so much, Rick. And once again, I would like to congratulate Tamea for the launch of the TC Online Institute. And I really look forward to the achievements. And if she says 25 million, I'm sure it'll be 50,
No doubt, no doubt. And you continue your good work over there in Germany as well. Okay, Tatiana, thanks again.
Have a good rest of the launch.
Thank you, and you have a great day. And then to learn more about ESTAC and their work, please visit osce.org and look for the ESTAC link. Now, as you heard from Tatiana, brave, resilient, knowledgeable survivor leaders are emerging from around the world to assist you, your governments, and your policymakers to create effective changes. This online institute was created with the vision to offer sustainable, effective education for the private and public sectors, focusing on law enforcement, the financial sector, hospitality, and so much more. This institute would not exist without the incredible line of survivor educators. And it is our absolute honor to introduce them to you right now in this next special message. Take a look.
My name is Amanda, and I am a survivor educator at the TC Online Institute. I'm so excited to be a part of the world's first survivor-led education center. I hope to be a part of the change that the world needs to help combat human trafficking, as well as to inspire other survivors to use their voice. We do not remain voiceless.
My name is Elizabeth Quiros, and I'm a senior instructor at TC Online Institute, and I teach awareness around domestic sex trafficking, addiction, incarceration, and a broken foster care system. And I'm just so honored and excited to be on a team full of survivors and to be a part of TC Online Institute. And my hopes for this center is to bring awareness all over the country around human trafficking and to inspire other survivors to rise up to share their truth, because we all have a voice so we can make a difference. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Emily O'Brien. I am a survivor and educator at the TC Online Institute. I specialize in educating others on how people can be trafficked and forced into smuggling illegal drugs over international borders. I'm so excited to be part of this revolutionary institution to help save lives, make a difference, and help people feel like their voice really, really matters. Thank you.
My name is Jessica Desmond at TC Online Institute. I'm a junior survivor instructor and Indigenous relations expert. I'm also a knowledge carrier of human trafficking, and also I know a lot of stuff how to keep our girls safe. I'm sending my blessings to TC Online Institute. I hope to inspire other survivors and other service providers so we can better protect the next 7 generations.
My name is Rachel, and I'm a survivor instructor at the TC Online Institute. I train law enforcement officers on survivor-informed techniques in their investigations, judicial and legal staff on intersections in the legal arena, as well as medical providers on the healthcare perspective of human trafficking. And I'm very excited to be a part of the first survivor-led online institute to lift survivors' voices and give them a chance to use their lived experience to train.
Hi, my name is Regina Lee Jones. I'm a consultant at TMS Cause Online Institute. My topic of expertise is youth who has been exploited by traffickers sexually and in crime. And my areas of expertise are Scandinavia, Balticum, and Eastern Europe. I am very excited to be a part of the world's first survivor-led educational center.
Hi, I'm Sandy Storm. I'm an author, a speaker, and an abolitionist, and I serve as Director of Strategic Impact with Deliver Fund. And my goal has been to raise awareness, to work with those who are serving survivors and victims of trafficking. I'm so excited and honored to be part of the world's first survivor-led human trafficking detection training team. This will be an incredible resource for people around the world to learn from survivors ourselves about the truth of our experiences and the way trafficking of human beings affects our world today.
Hi everybody, my name is Caitlin Bick and I am a senior survivor educator here at TC Online Institute. So I'm a survivor of domestic sex trafficking, so a lot of the expertise and knowledge that I carry within this organization is my personal experience, right? I train a lot on the warning signs, what to look out for those who are currently being trafficked or maybe at risk of trafficking. I also know a lot about the trauma and the shame and self-blame and all of that stuff that comes along with it. So I want to applaud everybody for coming today, and I'm so grateful. I'm grateful to be a part of Tamia's cause and TC Online Institute. It's such an honor to work with Tamia and to call her my friend. So thanks everybody.
Hi, my name is Sharmila Wajirkumar, but everyone calls me Sam. I wear a few hats these days. I'm the vice president at Verde. I am also co-founder of a charity called Rahab's Daughters, where I work to find the nexus between technology and trafficking. I actually train in this topic to help people from all industries understand where technology hurts and helps the fight against human trafficking. As a survivor of both sex and labor trafficking, I am humbled and thrilled to be able to link arms with fellow survivors and be a part of this world's first ever survivor-led human trafficking training institute.
Hi there, I'm Rayanne Irving, lived experienced leader, expert, and educator on domestic child sex trafficking in gang and pimp-controlled environments. It is my distinct honor and privilege to be joining you at TC Online Institute, where together we will discuss and learn and explore the nuance, language, culture, and historical implications of sex trafficking.
My name is Tomas. I'm a senior educator at TC Online Institute, and I teach labor trafficking. I'm excited to be part of this company because this is the world's first survival-led educational center, and I hope people will get inspired and have a better understanding of human trafficking, what are the signs, and how to interact with a victim of human trafficking.
The thing about life is we can only meet our full potential if we're truly invested. We can't realize our dreams if we sit on the sidelines, if we only think of the short term, or we convince ourselves it's too hard, or think we have to do it alone. At McKinsey, we're on a mission to create a more invested world, because we know that being invested in your finances allows you to be invested in the things that really matter. We also know that different lives need different solutions, that good investments can also do good, and the right partner can make all the difference. So if you're invested in your potential, we might just be the partner for you.
Deliver Fund is a nonprofit private intelligence organization that focuses on collecting intelligence on human traffickers and human trafficking networks, specifically to be able to provide that information to the appropriate authorities so they can take action.
Out of the 1,500 nonprofits that are out there doing anti-human trafficking, their goals typically are in education and outreach. The difference for Deliver Fund is we actually go after the traffickers and the trafficking networks.
Our goal is to remove their ability to do business.
All those wonderful sponsors, amazing. Welcome back, everybody. We want to give you things, okay? We just want you to have things for free. If you want to win a free course or of your choice or a signed copy of Tamia's memoir, don't forget to go on the website and answer the quiz questions. It's www.tconlineinstitute.com/quiz. Okay, here we go. I met the founder, Tamia Nagy, 20 years ago. And our encounter was quite unusual, but I will let Tamia tell that story shortly. She's here. She's right beside me. You're going to be seeing her very, very soon. Listen, I got to tell you, it's been a long time, okay? I've had the pleasure of knowing you, Tamia, for many, many, many years, and I've done, online and keeping in touch. And through that time, I've done a lot of events, hosted red carpets and interviewed stars and all that jazz, okay, during the Oscars, during the Grammys, for many years. They were incredible experiences. But being here today with Tamia, with the team, with the crew, being able to lend my voice to this incredible cause is something that I will hold very close to my heart. There's nothing like helping someone in need, and you know all about that. She's here now, everybody. There's Tamia. You used to be a TV show host.
Yes.
Back in the day.
Yes.
Few moons ago.
Yes.
Before you ended up being trafficked to Canada. And I understand that this is your very first time being back in a live studio since way back when?
Yes, 23 years.
23 years ago. Just like riding a bike, right?
No, not really.
Oh, Tamia, it is so good to be here with you. You're going to be fine. There's only, around 1,000 people have signed up to watch us.
Thanks.
And no pressure.
You're really not helping.
No pressure at all. We're all friends. We're family.
Yes.
Okay, Tamia, let's get right down into it, okay?
Yes.
There's nothing to worry about, only our friends. Okay, so keep that in mind. Let's talk about why we're here. Joking aside, the TCOI Institute is so very much needed. Explain.
Thank you. First of all, thank you so much for being here and doing this for us. Thank you for giving us the courage. Thank you for giving us a voice and a face and a professional face. For those of you who are tuning in from around the world, Rick Campanelli is a very well-loved TV show host here in Canada. A couple of generations know your name very, very well. His nickname is Rick the Temp. So it's an honor to be...
I can't shake that one, yeah.
No, never.
Yeah.
So it's an honor to be here. And thank you very much for helping us teach the audience about the work that we do. We are here today to talk about TC Online Institute, which is a survival-led human trafficking detection center, and we are truly here to educate. And if you visit our website, tconlineinstitute.com, take a look, take a cruise, lounge around. You will see our incredible survival educators, which you just seen them in video, and we're going to have an interview very shortly with Tamash, Elizabeth, and our incredible CEO, and I'm not going to give you her name just yet. And right after, once you do a little bit of a cruise around the website, you can also make it to the training site. You can see all of our courses. But the reason why we are here today, guys, is to give you education if you need it, any courses, any agencies you belong to, any sectors. We would like to help you so that you can find victims of human trafficking that much faster.
Yeah, and there is so much involved with all this. It's very complex, as I'm learning over the time of meeting with you and listening to other stories out there. Now, Tamia, can you tell us how people can access the online education and services?
Yeah, Rick, thank you so much. So again, you go on a website and you look for the links where we talk about training. So the great thing about our training is that you can get your company to invite us, and we can do employment education, so block trainings. Or if you're an individual who is passionate and you would like to learn more about any of these topics just for professional development, or just because you're just really dedicated and you can't wait till your company sign you up, you can also just click on individual courses.
Yeah, that is incredible. So as a father, as a parent, or a concerned citizen even, I can also access some of the classes, correct?
Absolutely, and I love that you said that many times, that you're a father. We have class specially designed for parents, guardians, youth workers on online safety, and you can find those courses also right under the individual courses.
Amazing, congratulations. I know for a fact that we have police officers, law enforcement agents from North America, and a lot of financial investigators watching us right now. What kind of courses, Tamia, do you have for them?
Yeah, so we actually specially designed courses for law enforcement and EML starting in the fall. So those are the courses that we have right now. And again, it's a survival-led, survival's perspective courses where we can walk you through all the signs from our perspective. And we can also do role-playing with you if you're a frontline officer, especially a police. And we can help you walk you through what tone of the voice would help you to kind of de-escalate the situation, or help us to get out of the situation faster. And if you're an EML investigator, we actually walk you through a lot of transactions. Now, most of the trafficking that we endured was sex trafficking, so we can actually teach you about the sex trafficking from within, which I just don't think that it's in any other textbooks. So that's why we kind of put it together for them, which is why we have some incredible feedback, Rick. And I would like to just give you just a couple, maybe just the police and the AML feedback. This was a feedback from a private course that we did for, I believe, 110 police officers from across North America. So what that means is private courses that they privately viewed our courses, and they actually give us a survey. So when you see it on the website to say 5-star content, it's actually 5-star because that's how we were voted. So we were so honored to get that feedback. So here's one quote from one police officer from the Toronto Police Agency. I think this course should be mandatory for every person working in the human trafficking field. Investigators and frontline officers need to listen to survival stories to have an understanding of the complexities of human trafficking investigations. So that was one officer. And then here's a feedback from an AML investigator, anti-money laundering, which we're just so honored to get. This investigator is actually part of one of the largest banks in Canada. And I believe she said, hands down, the best AML-related training I've ever received in my nearly 15 years in the industry. So this training was done by me, Caitlin, and Tamash joined us. In the future, obviously, we're going to bring in the survival educators that are are most fitted for these courses.
Mm-hmm. It must mean so much to you, your cause, what you're doing, when you hear feedback like this positive, pushing you forward to keep going and not giving up type feedback.
You know what, I can say this, and I hope I'm not getting in trouble by the other survival educators, but I can say this truly, that these are the reviews that keep us going. These are the reason why we are keep going back and doing education. So we really appreciate it. So please keep them coming.
Yeah, because in what people do in life, it's very easy to like, okay, you hit a wall, right? It's like, oh, okay, maybe I'll go another direction. But you guys just keep going forward and keep doing amazing things.
Well, all of us have one thing in common.
Yeah.
Every single one of us have said at one point before we became an advocate that who's going to care about my story? Why would I even share it? And luckily, and thank God, society proved us wrong. It sounds like that people want to hear what we have to say.
Most definitely, most definitely. I believe, is there a video that we're going to shortly?
Yes, shortly, but I think...
Let's say my lines, okay? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Rick, say your lines.
So sorry. He's the master. He's the master.
No, listen. You're right. You were once and will always be in the TV world doing your thing. I love it. I love it. And I guess the research study by several universities around the world is right. When it comes to adult learning, the best way to learn is through stories, which we talked about earlier. It's so true. Adult learning, kid learning, we all love stories. And according to an article on harvardbusiness.org, and your feedback proves that. Absolutely incredible. I love that feedback. Such positive, wonderful feedback. So what you created here is a bit different than a usual webinar, I guess, Tamia, or e-learning concepts. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, you know what? We just put together a little insert to show you guys what you're going to be able to see. Basically, the best way to explain it when people ask me to say in 30 seconds or less, what are we doing? We are creating, with the survival educators, on Netflix for adult learners in a human trafficking and modern day slavery community. So we hope that we're gonna have hundreds of hours of content, and you can just log in, and if you're a police officer, okay, how do I interview? How do I de-escalate? How do I, if I'm an EML, where do I,
you know, simple,
and yeah, and that's what, basically that's the best way to explain.
I like that, in 30 seconds or less, the adult, yeah.
Thank you.
Netflix, yes. I also understand that TC Online Institute has an extensive range of subject matter experts.
Correct, like Matt was one of them who was in the video, and the reason why we did that, Rick, because none of us believe that we are the only answer. And we only are the one who can speak on human trafficking. Right. We believe that we have to do this together. So when we do education, we also invite a subject matter expert in who is an expert within that specific sector. So if we're teaching bankers, we are going to actually invite in such a subject matter experts like Jennifer, who's going to come in later. She doesn't know it yet, but one day we're going to ask her to be one of our subject matter experts. But so that's how we would work.
That makes perfect sense to me. You know, you've got to go down the proper roads with the proper people involved. You also partner with several organizations, tech companies, and I understand that artificial intelligence is now a huge part of the fight to end modern day slavery. AI, how amazing is that?
It's incredible. I knew one trick, like I found this out. I made the discovery about 7 years ago about AI, and they're skipping my lines, but I'm going to say it from my head. I made a discovery about 7 years ago about AI and how they can use AI technology in the AML world, and that's how it started. And in the AML world, they could use AI to track traffickers online and through their transactions. It's incredible.
That is incredible.
But I learned that through working with a company called Verafin, and now we are actually there's a million incredible companies, but the few that I had the lucky or the honor to cross paths was, one of them was Verafin. The other one is an up-and-coming company, Tukiyaki.
Right.
Great company, great name. There's such a history behind it. And the one that I actually worked on front lines with and working with to this day is an organization called Deliver Fund.
Right.
And you know, the best way you get to know a partner in the future, who you're going to work with, is when you go and do a police operation with them.
And spend so much hours with them
Right.
and get to know them. Yeah.
Right. And it was such a great operation. I met the CEO, Nick McClaney, and it was just lunch, and he asked if we want to potentially partner up one day. And I said, sure, call me anytime. And 2 hours later, he called me. This was in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Wow.
And I missed my flight, and we ended up staying and doing a 5-day operation. And Rick, none of us have slept, but by the end of it, with the work of Deliver Fund and the police, we put a murderer and human trafficker in jail, and we rescued the victim and give her a second chance. So since then, we've been working together, and you know what? I would love to introduce Deliver Fund to our audience, because I can't possibly even do justice to what they do.
So let's take a look at this video from Deliver Fund.
Let's take a look at a video from Deliver Fund.
My name's Kara Smith, and I hunt human traffickers. Deliver Fund equips, trains, and advises law enforcement on how to combat human trafficking using open source methodologies and tracking down the traffickers online, finding that vital intelligence that you need to build out a case. Law enforcement, as we all know, is extremely underfunded, and because of that, sometimes they're undertrained. And so we try to give them the best tools and the abilities to combat human trafficking in any way that they can. And so we bring these to them at no cost. I hunt human traffickers on the internet. Human traffickers inevitably sell their product on the internet, which are innocent victims. And when they touch the internet, they leave fingerprints absolutely everywhere. There's no way around it. And so we take those fingerprints, we put them together, we find out who they are, where they are, who they're doing it to, and then create a silver platter package to provide the law enforcement so that we can create that meeting between the trafficker and the end of their crimes. Deliver Fund also works in a commercial aspect, assisting commercial entities in finding human trafficking within their system. So within financial industries, we use technology to find human traffickers that might be facilitating their crimes within their banking systems, and then provide the intelligence on the traffickers and their trafficking activities so they have a means to report it and deny them the facilitation of their crimes. It is so important for law enforcement and financial institutions to be trained by survivors. They have been there, they have seen it, they know how it happens, when it happens, and survivors that have come through their healing process, they know why it is happening. So they have an aspect that nobody else has. When you have a survivor come in and train law enforcement, they get a perspective that they would never get anywhere else in their training. It needs to be victim-centric when we're in this fight, because they're the only ones that truly know what it's like to be there.
Yes, I'm going to clap for Deliver Fund. Amazing stuff right there. And it's so great to see, too, that AI is used for something positive to help our brothers and our sisters in need. So Deliver Fund, well on ya. Good on ya. I know, Tamia, you've been teasing your followers on social media for weeks about the story of how we met. And I think it's an incredible story. It is, but it's time for you to finish your story.
I'll finish it very quickly because people are sending us messages all the time. Please tell us the story, please. So I'm gonna finish it very quickly.
Yeah.
The short version is that it was 2 years after I was trafficked. I was wandering around the streets of Toronto, hungry, broke. But the reason why I was walking, I actually walked almost an hour to go to the TV station where you worked at, but I didn't actually know that you were famous at the time. So I went there because I just wanted to see the cameras because I missed the TV show, I missed all that. And so I went there to watch. No Doubt was in the window and people were screaming and yelling and then they disappeared and people were running after them and everybody wanted an autograph and I ended up going to the camera guy and I was just staring at the camera because you guys had such a technology. So my tongue was out and my jaws was on the ground and you were just chilling outside. And I went up to you. Oh no, you came up to me and you're like, "Well, you don't want autographs?" Like,
yeah, you don't, that's Gwen Stefani right there.
No Doubt is there. I'm like,
they went that way.
I'm like, that's awesome, but look at this camera. And you're like, wow, you care about the cameras? And I said, I do. You had no idea how much I missed it. I almost cried. So you're like, do you want to come inside? And I'm like, what, me? And I just have to say this, like, I was just shocked because by this time, was such a ghost of society. Like, everybody said no to me. I wasn't allowed to do anything. I didn't have money. I was just a nobody. And so for you to come and say, like, come inside, take a look. And I'm like, you can actually see me? That's how I felt. And so you took me around. I saw the studio. I smelled the studio.
Yeah.
And what you really did for me, Rick, two things. One, you saw me. And two, you ignited, you just reminded me of that dream that I just can't let go. And maybe one day I'll get back to studio. And those little things help us to get out of bed when we have goals. So that's what you did for me.
Maybe
and I want to thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, Tamia. You know, I just saw that you were passionate. I could see in your eyes that you loved the whole world of television, not knowing what you were living through and what you were dealing with at the time. God, I wish I could have done more. But I couldn't tell what you were going through. I just saw this person that was loving television, loving the live, you know, the cameras, the excitement, the lights, all that stuff. And I wanted you to, yeah, I like taking people inside, showing them a different side of things. And many people don't get that chance. So I wanted to do it as often as I could. And you just happened to be there that day. And it was a chance meeting. And hey, maybe one day we'll do a TV show together now.
Okay, one step at a time. Okay, I'm just, thank you though. Thank you for offering.
I do have to say goodbye though.
What?
And well, yeah, because what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna get someone else in this position.
Wait, you're leaving?
It's gonna be a tag team. I'm out.
But where are you
gonna
going?
come in.
I'm not. I'm
done yet?
No, don't leave, please.
There's still things to do. It is an ongoing effort. It is an ongoing battle. I'm leaving in person, but I'm not leaving in spirit.
So you're going to leave me here, and I'm going to have to finish this out by myself.
She's ready for it. She's ready for it.
Okay.
It's been an absolute pleasure, though, meeting you all those years ago and keeping in touch with you and being able, Tamia, to lend a hand and to help you out. You know, most of us in the world can't imagine what yourself and other survivors have ever lived through. So it's an honor for me to be here today to fight the good fight with you and all of your colleagues out here. You call on me whenever you want, and I'm helping you all. I'm so proud of you. You have no idea how proud of you that I am to go through something that you've gone through and turn it right around. And you're such a positive force, so inspirational, so motivational, and we need more people like Tamia in this world. We have a bunch. Good, yes.
We have them. They are waiting to get in.
That's why I'm leaving, because you got to introduce everyone to them. God bless you. God bless everyone. Thank you for being a part of this.
Rick, thank you for being here. We truly, truly, truly appreciate it, the professional and everything that you brought to this event today. And I'm thanking you from the bottom of my heart.
My pleasure to be here. My pleasure. Anytime. Anytime.
And I guess now I have to say that, what do you say? Like,
you're in charge now. We'll be back.
We'll be back after these messages.
See,
right?
Just like riding a bike.
Yeah.
Just like riding a bike.
Yeah, we'll be back.
The thing about life is we can only meet our full potential if we're truly invested. We can't realize our dreams if we sit on the sidelines, if we only think of the short term, or we convince ourselves it's too hard, or think we have to do it alone. At McKinsey, we're on a mission to create a more invested world, because we know that being invested in your finances allows you to be invested in the things that really matter. We also know that different lives need different solutions, that good investments can also do good, and the right partner can make all the difference. So if you're invested in your potential, we might just be the partner for you.
He's gone. He actually left me. Like, I'm completely alone. Well, not really, because I have my friend coming in soon and gonna hold my hand. But yeah, I'm alone. Thanks, Rick. I hope you're gonna have a safe drive, wherever you're going. But it's an honor to be here, guys. Thank you very much. I'm gonna try not to screw this up, since, like he said, about 1,000 people registered and watching this or going to watch this from all around the world. So it is my absolute honor and pleasure to introduce you to another 3 rock star of TC Online Institute. Please meet Emily O'Brien, Tomasz Miko, and Elizabeth Cortaz, senior educators at TC Online Institute. And I'm sorry, in case you haven't noticed, I have a gigantic accent. So if you don't understand what I'm saying, later on, we're going to put subtitles on it. So guys, thank you so much for joining us. All I can say that I am just so incredibly excited and happy that you decided to come on board. You're all rock stars, and I know that our center and students will be absolutely love learning from you directly. Emily, I'm going to start with you, if you don't mind.
Let's go.
Woohoo! You are the CEO and founder of a Comeback Snack, a gourmet popcorn snack company making an impact with their product and their mission. As a matter of fact, I understand that you were invited to cater the Toronto Film Festival just past week, which is absolutely insane. That's awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks so much.
Can you please tell me why you decided to join TC Online Institute as an educator?
For sure. So for those of you who don't know, I was trapped in the drug trade in 2015 and was basically forced to bring drugs over the border for my partner, was then criminalized and thrown in prison. And so I want to be an educator because I want to put power back into people's lives after they've been involved in something like that, as well also educate law enforcement, people that work at borders, and also employers about employing people that have been incarcerated, because there's so much that we don't know and so much help that people need. So I'm really, really happy to be here, and I couldn't be prouder to be a part of this. So thank you, Tamaya.
Thank you. Thank you so much for finding time in your incredibly busy schedule to continue educating the very sectors that have let you down. It's amazing. Thank you. Tomasz, you were the key witness and the reason why Canada's largest human trafficking ring went to jail. What you have done for your family and 13 other victims is absolutely unbelievable, and it should be made into a movie for Canadians to see, or the world. After everything you've been through, Tomasz, you still decided to come back to the issue and spend your time educating others. Why would you do that?
First of all, I was in labor trafficking, and 10 years ago, when first I met you, when you came to the rescue and were helping us, I didn't understand exactly what human trafficking was, but down the road when I was starting my healing part and getting my life together, and after having my son, I realized it's important to raise awareness, teach people about human trafficking, what are the signs, and that's what TC Online Institute is about. Survival-led educators, educating law enforcement, and it's important to educate our future generation about this issue.
And Tomasz, you're doing such a good job. You already helped us doing many trainings and many educations, and the feedback is always incredible. So thank you for your bravery. Thank you for your time and passion to do this. We really appreciate it. And on to our last and certainly not least rock star of this segment, Elizabeth. You've been let down by society starting from your childhood. You survived not one, but 3 traffickers. Yet you managed to get out, get yourself a life, put yourself through school, and today you are an award-winning advocate, an educator in California, a rainmaker, a woman who moves mountains. Why did you decide to dedicate your life to educate the very sector that have let you down over and over again?
The reason why I do what I do is because I'm using my pain for purpose. I am here to shed light and bring awareness around trafficking so other victims don't fall through the cracks like I did. You know, we are the hands and feet. We are the voice for those that are still stuck in the grips of trafficking. So that's why I do what I do. Thank you.
And boy, do you do such a great job. We really appreciate your passion and energy. And just to kind of sum up this segment, can you please give me your personal message to the audience who's watching? So police officers, financial sector, parents, hospitality, truck drivers, government members. What is your personal message to everybody that's watching today?
So what I want to say is that basically you can make a difference. You can do something in the community to help the next victim become a survivor, so they too can use their experiences and help others. You totally can make a difference with anybody that you come across. So everything that you learn today, whenever you come and be a part of the online institute, you are going to make a difference by what you learn. Let your peers know, let your family know. Be that difference in the community that we need. Like I said, we are hands and feet for those that are still stuck in the grips of trafficking. So let's make this world a better place. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you, Elizabeth. Emily?
I guess my message would be to try and look below the surface. I think with my case especially, it was tied to drugs. And whenever something is tied to drugs, it's looked as a crime first. And then that's it. You're not looked at as a person at all. And that's why it's happening so frequently, is because it's easy to disguise on young girls. It's happening over and over again, and they keep picking the lowest hanging fruit. So I think try to think of someone that's been trafficked as your child, or your mother, or someone that you know deeply, and that's when you can really see how much you would actually care about that person, because that is someone's daughter and that person, and it's happening all over the world. So that's why I want to help change things, because it's possible, and we're going to get there.
You're so powerful. I'm getting goosebumps. Speaking of goosebumps, we are just getting started. Tomasz, what is your message to the audience?
First of all, I would like to thank, on behalf of TC Online Institute, for being interested and being curious about our courses and about human trafficking. And I want to say your hard work will pay off. And whenever you spend an extra hour or two in your office after you finish your shift, it's going to worth it because that's going to be another person's an entire new life. So you can actually save people. And if you do your hard work, it's going to pay off.
Incredible, Tomasz. Thank you so much. And I would like to thank you all very much from the bottom of my heart to trust me, trust our vision, trust our team, to accommodate you and create a platform that we really hope you're going to start shining even more that you already have been. Thank you all so very much for taking time out of your very busy schedule for being here with us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Bye. So I'm going to give a heart attack to the control room because we are going to skip a commercial break. And what I would like to do is I actually would like to slowly invite my next guest to make her way slowly towards me and stand in right by my desk. So, and while Caitlin is doing that, I am just slowly going to introduce her. It is my absolute pleasure and honor to introduce you, Caitlin, to our audience. Caitlin is a senior educator at TC Online Institute, and we've been planning this moment for months, haven't we?
So long.
So, Caitlin, you understand how many people registered. You understand that they registered from all over the world, all the sectors and everything. If someone would have told you during the time when you were going through your personal journey and difficulties that there are this many people out there who actually care, would you have believed that?
Absolutely not. No, I think my world was so closed. I felt so hopeless that this wasn't even my brain at all. Like, it was incomprehensible.
And, you know, we keep saying this, I know, as we talk as survivors all the time among us, it's always taking that one special person in our life or many who takes us and look at us and see us and that we are not a ghost of society. And speaking of special people, we have a huge announcement to make, a huge one. Are you ready for this?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right. Okay. The announcement is, guys, that we've been looking for an investor for the last how many months, and I have a story to tell you. The story is that venture capital firm in Canada, which is called 19 Venture Capital Firm in Canada, have decided to join us on this journey, and Timea's Cause has closed an investment deal with the goal to support our mission to eradicate human trafficking and support our efforts to educate as many as possible. So I and us on behalf of the survival educators would like to say a heartfelt thank you to 19 and everybody at your team for giving us a second chance and an actual chance to shine. So how awesome is that?
There's no words.
There's no words. Speaking of no words, I think this is where we're going to tell people to take out their tissue boxes. Yeah.
I would say so.
Do you have yours? Okay, we're going to get you one. So, Caitlin, as you know, we have 3 more very special guests today from the financial sector. Let me invite them in quickly, and we can start to have a conversation. All right, so we are going to have 2 guests today, and the 3rd guest is probably going to join us later and going to watch this on demand. So let's bring the guests in and see if they are available to come in on our feed. I see Barry, so I'm going to bring Barry in and say hello to Barry. Hi, Barry.
Hi, Timea.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm just fantastic. And there's Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, Timea. Great to be here.
It's just, we are so honored that you guys are here. Well, so here's the thing. Instead of reading your bio and professional bio, we actually prepared something very different. So I hope everyone got their tissue boxes because this is when you're going to need it. Okay, so are you guys ready? I know you were invited to speak, and you're probably going to speak a little bit later, maybe, right? We're going to let them speak, but we just have an incredible surprise for you. So I'm so sorry. We're actually now going to be a speaker. There's something completely different is going on behind your back, and we are just so excited to get this going. So music is going to start now. As a survivor of human trafficking, who had to fight every step of the way to be accepted back into society, it took me and us minimum 10 years to rebuild our life. For me personally, 8 years to get my first credit card. I needed a co-signer to buy my car until the age of 35, and the list just goes on and on. I am not alone in this. Survivors of human trafficking are still the ghost of society. When it comes to the financial sector and credit scores and such, it's just how it is, right? Which is why when I had the honor to be invited by the United Nations first financial task force against modern day slavery, today known as the FAST initiative, it was such an honor to accept that. That's when I really realized the power what financial sector can have in this fight. The hard work resulted in a blue book of wealth of knowledge for any financial investigators who just wanted to do something but don't know where to start. Here's the book. I'm going to show this to you in case you want to be the next upside down. In case you want to be the next hero of our society. So, surviving human trafficking is just one thing, but being ignored, constantly denied by society when you try to rebuild your life is just as hard and can last for many, many years. But it doesn't have to, and things can change. And it seems that because of some of the incredible warriors and undercover superheroes of society, things are actually changing. So before I invite you to say a few words, we have a bit more to say. So on behalf of the survivors, we would like to present you with the world's first survival-led Impact Award for your efforts to truly, truly make a difference in our lives. And we prepared a very special video for you. So I know that you all received strict instructions and a package and said, do not open it. This is the moment. If you would please open your packages while we slowly introduce you to the audience and tell them why you are the first one to receive this award. And we are going to start with Jennifer's bio. Why are you opening it, Jennifer? I am so elated to introduce our beloved honorary guest, and please accept the honor and fun fact about her at the end. Jennifer Green, aka JFG, is an accomplished partner and consummate professional with Grant Thornton. She is a chartered professional accountant, certified fraud examiner, certified management accountant, and CICA, Canadian Institute of Chartered Accountants, qualified investigator at the Forensic Accountant. She became a partner with Grant Thornton. You're opening it. You're almost there. You're almost there. I got it. You got it. Today, she is a national leader of Grant Thornton Risk and Forensics team, overseeing a team of 40 colleagues. And now I know that you opened it, and all I just want to say, Jennifer, that your passion and your dedication to fight human trafficking in Canada is not going unnoticed. And if you are not crying yet, you will now, because Caitlin has another message for you.
And I'm going to cry. Hi, Jennifer. It's so lovely to meet you. I have a letter which is written from Tomasz, and I'm just going to read it to you. Hi, my name is Tamash Miko, a survivor of forced labor. The first day I got trafficked, I was taken to a bank with a translator who worked for the trafficker. I didn't understand a word. I had no idea what was happening. At the end, we walked out and they had a bank card with my name on it, and I never saw it again. For the next coming months, I worked 20 hours a day in construction with the dreams of earning enough money to get my family out of poverty. Those dreams were shattered when I realized that they will never ever pay me. Your hard work and dedication to teaching others to pay attention to this crime into suspicious transactions means the world to us. If the banks had training 10 years ago, my time being trafficked could have been shortened, if not prevented. I would like to give a special thank you to Jennifer Fidian Green and her commitment and passion for fighting against human trafficking and for her continuous work that will help and inspire more people to be educated and trained about human trafficking and the signs of this terrible crime. Jennifer and her colleagues did change and will continue to change people's lives with their important work and be the voice for the people who cannot speak for themselves. Thank you for all of your hard work and keep fighting because you all are loved and important when it comes to the fight against human trafficking. Congratulations, Jennifer, on your Impact Award on behalf of all survivors.
Thank you. There's the tears here. I just really, and thank you so much for the letter, heartfelt. I just really believe that once you know, we can't unknow, and we have to do something. I think I heard you say, and I've heard you say it many times, that it's not, it's what we do once we know and how we move forward. So I really believe that, and I'm honored to be here and be a part of this. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. The honor is all ours, and so please just keep up the great work. Thank you so much. Sorry for making you cry, but don't say we didn't give you a heads up.
We did.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we are going to our next guest. And if you don't mind to stay here, Jennifer, and cheer on Barry while obviously it's not a surprise anymore. We are going to Barry instead of our second guest because unfortunately our second guest couldn't make it, but he most definitely going to get this award. So Barry, it is such an honor to have you with us. I am sorry for being super sneaky around you for the last 2 months, but here it is. I am over the moon to announce our next honorary guest, who is building bridges to create cross-industry alliance. Barry McKillop is the Deputy Director, Intelligence Sector of Canada's Financial Intelligence Unit, FinTrack. And I want to take 1 second, and I just want to say that I understand that FinTrack employees are working so hard across Canada, and I understand that they are actually watching you right now, Barry. Yes, there has been an office viewing party being viewed behind your back, and they helped us do this. So that being, you're not surprised. Since 2011, you held several roles at FinTrack, including Deputy Director, Financial Analyst, Disclosure, Intelligence Sector, and the list just goes on and on and on. You have an incredible and impressive bio. But if you don't mind, I have a message for you. I'm going to try not to cry. I am a survivor of sex trafficking. I was 20 years old when I was trafficked, and my experience lasted over 3 months. But the scars lasted decades. For many years, I wasn't able to open bank accounts and rebuild my life. While trafficked, I made over $40,000 for my traffickers, which they used to rent cars, hotels, motels, paying for flight tickets, and the list goes on. If the banking sector could have recognized the flagged and their moment and reported, it could have possibly ended my suffering much sooner. It means that the amount of trauma I endured could have been reduced, and my healing journey could have been so much faster. I could have had a real chance to have a family, children, or go back to school. The detectives did everything in their power to help my case and get the traffickers into jail. Unfortunately, it was a he said, she said, and without a money train, we couldn't prove anything. Barry, your passion, your deep understanding of a healing journey, of a survival due to your social worker background, your motivation to do so much more is inspiring and honorable. As a survivor, it makes me feel like that there are a lot more people who truly care. And while you couldn't save me or shorten my healing journey, your hard work is paying off. And we are certain that you and your incredible team at FinTrack will save many others. The impact of the work of the entire Project Protect team is under your leadership is something that Canada should be very, very proud of. Thank you for caring. Congratulations on your impact of what this message was for personally from me. And this is when you say something.
Yeah. Well, this is where you managed to do something not many people do, which is to get me speechless, Tamea. So thank you. Thank you for this. I mean, Project Protect, as you know, is near and dear to my heart for a lot of different reasons. But the success of this project is really due to the compassion, the passion, the commitment of the team that I have around me in FinTrack, from our compliance sector to our intel sector. The source of pride in Protect is right across the agency, from our director, Sarah Paquette, all the way down. Everybody takes pride in this. Everybody cares about this. The work that you're doing, the work that your team is doing is incredible. It's needed, and it's something that I, as you know, I'm committed to. And I'm committed to whatever you need in the future. We're going to keep this fight going, and our dream to eradicate human trafficking around the world, it's going to come true, and we're going to get there together. Jennifer, congratulations, and I'm glad that Peter's the other recipient. Peter and I were together when we started Protect, and it has grown, and it is growing globally, and there's a lot of attention on it. So Tamea and Tomas, nice to see you again. Congratulations, Tamea, to you and your team, and please keep up the good work.
Thank you both very much, and we are just so honored that you mentioned Peter. Our third recipient is actually Peter Warwick, and Peter Warwick has won this Impact Award from us because he was the one who actually inspired Project Protect, and he was the first banker that I actually met who stood up at the conference and said, we're gonna do something for you. So Peter, if you're watching this, we are so incredibly, incredibly grateful for all of your accomplishments and for the fact that you actually cared. So thank you and congratulations. How do you feel?
Overwhelmed. Like, this is so exciting and inspiring, really.
This is amazing, and we are just so happy that this is actually went well. Jennifer, Barry, thank you for being here, and we're just please keep doing what you're doing and inspire others. And now, Caitlin is going to help us to announce the winners of the quiz. You have 3 names?
I do.
All right,
names.
let's do this.
Okay, so the first winner is Emily Cornyman. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your last name. The second winner is Stephanie McDonald. Woo-hoo! And the third is Anita Okoro. Congratulations.
Can you read them one more time? Because it was so fast, I couldn't even hear it.
Oh, I'm so
you
sorry.
were probably good. It's just in case. Emily.
So it's Emily Cornyman is the first winner.
Perfect.
The second winner is Stephanie McDonald. And the third winner is Anita Okoro.
Congratulations. So Yay. They won my book, which you really don't have to read. It's actually a terrible
story. It's great.
Story.
I've actually read it.
But yeah, you did?
I did.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Well, thank you for being here, Caitlin. Thank you so much for helping us do this. And we have just one more thing to do. We just need to kind of thank everybody for being here with us, which I'm going to do on behalf of all the survival educators. We would like to say a heartfelt thank you to our incredible team behind the scenes at Tamea's Cause, our video team who work 24/7 to make these beautiful video messages. Dan Payne, Tomas Miko, who's actually a video editor now, Thomas Haidman, our Tamea's Cause team, Darlene, Lynn, Britt, Lisa, Stephanie Clem, Paul, social media helpers, EML consultants, Janisha, Roxana. We are so very grateful. Thank you all for being here. And please check our website out. Send us a note. Contact us. Invite us to your next engagement. Let us help you to achieve the goal to eradicate modern-day slavery in our lifetime. Have a fantastic rest of your day.